Momentum.
Okay, so let me send a link to Beacon and a few others.
Yeah.
I can drop it in the War Campaign Discord. That'll be fun.
Work. I ain't afraid of war campaign. You know what I mean? They're my friends,
I have
even
no
when they're
idea what
dicks.
your relationship with the War Campaign is.
Yeah, they're my friends. They've been weird lately because of all the fucking shit. They kind of like consider some of us fence sitters. Some of them do. Some of us. The more they know us, the more they don't. But
Hmm. I see it as there's a lot of shit going on, so a lot paranoia sets in, and then after that you're not sure, so stuff happens.
Hmm.
yeah. Oh, I just we just well. By the way, we're live.
Was it?
Oh God.
Yeah. So all that shit you said just now was fucking broadcast to everybody. So
Can you edit that word out? That one that I said.
which word? Which word was that?
You know which one you have to edit out. Don't play with me.
Um,
You edit that word?
I actually don't know. So.
I'm joking. It was
Oh, okay.
okay.
Because I was confused. So you're joking to confuse me. Ladies and gentlemen,
Yes.
we're live. Welcome to this very relaxed episode of Indie Comics Interviews. It's actually not going to be an interview. It's actually going to be just an Indie Comics pre-launch party. Well, welcome, Lothar D. What's up, brother? Hail.
What's up, bro?
Um, we are going to launch Captain Love Chapter 2 tonight, but not on this channel. But we're going to tease it on this channel. But then we're going to go over to Raging Golden Eagles channel in about an hour, and then we're going to launch the campaign from over there.
Oh, we're at
And
least
is
gonna have some previews, like
yeah, we're gonna have some teases and stuff like that
some
before we
exclusive
go.
little things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
some little exclusives. Yeah, little exclusives. I
Okay.
Yeah, I actually am still putting the last final touches on the campaign, and then I'll have to, prepare the email blast for the launch, and yeah.
So
So
you're
you
not
notice?
even done yet. What are you doing?
I know.
Eat my ass. I work for a living, dude. So fuck you.
So do
That's your
I.
job, though.
Anyways.
I feel like I was just the ass of a joke that I missed.
No,
uh,
no,
Possibly. Or I was that you missed.
no.
That that would be
Because
better. Yeah.
he's like, I work. I'm like, yeah, but that's your job. That's your day job
Right.
to do that.
He was
Yeah.
giving me no slack. He was basically calling me a whiner.
You can have no slack. No slack.
Yeah. So
So
I'm actually who asked me if I was nervous? Because I'm really
Me,
not.
I did.
Yeah. I don't know if I guess I still have I have a little bit of nerves, you know what I mean? I'm more like in a rush, you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean, than having nerves. I I mean this is the third campaign I've launched in basically the last year. I mean because the first campaign was on October 1st of last year, and then so it's this is, even though it's close to October 1st, it's almost a whole year cycle. This is,
So
you
it's your
know,
1 year anniversary
close to my first launch, yeah.
to your cherry. Yeah.
To my to my first nerves, yeah. And then I don't know how I'm going to pull it off next year. I really want to do four campaigns. I want to get four issues out next year, you know what I mean? um I'm wondering if I should do
yeah.
campaigns. I'm wondering if I should do campaigns for like two issues, you know what I mean? But I'm
Hmm.
afraid that it won't push the same. But I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think in the chat? Hey, we got RGE in the chat. Hey brother, what's up?
Hello and welcome.
What's up, RGE? He's calling us nerds, which is true. It's true.
Fair enough.
It's fair.
Yeah.
And then we got Hex Allen Comics in the
So
chat also.
We have who?
Hex Allen?
Oh,
You
what's
know
up, Hex
him?
so
Allen?
you
Yep.
just asked. You just asked about doing 2 issues in a campaign?
I was thinking because the
Yeah.
campaigns, right? I want to do 4 more chapters before the end of by the end of next year. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
that's 4 campaigns or 2 campaigns with 2 chapters each.
But what you
You know
could
what
do,
I mean?
maybe you could try like you start with 1 chapter with a second one unlockable, and if it works, you could do the second thing the second time around like that. You could have your 2 books a campaign type of thing.
Yeah, I guess that's one thing I could do is, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's having, I want to have it ready ahead of time anyway, so I could do that, but it's about gauging it. I was thinking about just running shorter campaigns, you know what I mean? And, but
Hence my suggestion, because you could
Right.
start it like very short with 1, and if it does good, you have the second one on it. Otherwise, you have a second campaign with the second issue.
yeah. Yeah, that's
Right?
that's a good discussing point. Yeah, I'm really like it's like that's the worst thing about like trying to do something different or be innovative anyway. You
Yep.
don't know what's going to work, so you're like
And
you're trying shit and you want to be smart about it. So you like try to have all your
yeah,
ducks like
a-
backed up somehow.
and it's one of the fun things about what we're doing is share, discuss it with other people, because sometimes brainstorming, pitching the
Oh
ball on
yeah,
the wall,
I,
it's
seriously, that campaign won't launch till January at the soonest.
hmm
You know what I mean? So yeah, it's all up for discussion. I mean, think about it. I mean, there's only 3-month blocks. You know what I mean? And 4 3-month blocks in a year.
yep.
It would be really hard to run full campaigns. So even if I do run 4 campaigns next year, they'll have to be 30 to 40 45-day campaigns. There's no way I could do 60-day campaigns and still do fulfillment and then have the unless I do it John Malin style with the campaign's gone and then fuck in demand. You know what I mean? I leave it in demand, but I mean I'm already rolling the next campaign immediately after a
Oh,
fulfillment,
trust me, I hear you. Right now I'm working on 4 books.
Yeah, but if I was the illustrator, it'd be different, man. If I was an illustrator, I would have like I would not sleep ever. You
You
know what I
say
mean?
yeah, but
Like
there's a
you.
thing, nature kind of tells you that you need to sleep sometimes.
Yeah. So how do you get away with not sleeping?
I don't know. I'm not even sure I'm getting away with it.
Oh,
I
okay.
do sleep.
No, you don't get away with it. You just kind of like die a little quicker on the inside, where your soul thing
Oh,
is.
or your
My
soul thing.
what?
Yeah, the soul thing, the thing that gives you morality and whatnot. Where that thing is, that just dies a little more every time, like you're supposed to.
You get morality from your. I thought that came from the brain.
No, man, that's from your soul thing.
Your
Hmm.
soul thing. So
Yeah,
when you
soul. Yeah.
there's so many jokes that are just
Get your
laying there
soul
in the soul
thing.
thing.
Get your
In
soul
the
thing.
soul thing. In the
That's right.
soul thing.
Oh, you get it. You get it. You feel it. Uh huh.
Oh, people are like, "Oh, what the hell did we just tune into?" You are watching
Good.
a
See,
pre-launch party where we are just talking mad shit, and I'm trying to just clean up last-minute stuff before the party goes here. I am also going to.
forget what I was talking about. Leave
Oh,
all
you were
the dead
talking? Go
air.
ahead, talk. I was
No,
typing something.
you forgot what you were talking about.
You
What
were
was I
saying
talking?
something and you
Was
stopped.
You,
I?
Yeah.
you were, you were. Roll the
I'm
tape back.
I'm easily distracted. I am. I'm so easily distracted. Have you guys noticed that? Like I'm like
Ooh, a
I'm
ball.
like I'm like a dog with a squirrel. I'm like, hey, like a squirrel. It's like,
What are you gonna do when you catch it? That's the question.
there's another squirrel after it's dead. Then there's another squirrel, right?
hmm
I'm designing a jacket right now. So
You're designing a jacket.
yeah.
Now, what kind of jacket? Like a human jacket, or like a CD jacket, or
A Captain
a
Luv
I
book,
mean,
jacket.
for your,
a book jacket? You know what I mean? Like those are, you know what I mean? There's a lot of kinds of jackets. Or are you just gonna
a
jacket?
human jacket,
He's
a
just
human
jacking
jacket.
with us.
You know, That's right. That's right. Always. Oh man, I picked a nerve in my back last Friday because I had to move a 400-pound machine upstairs with like 4 other people,
Ooh,
and I ended up on the bottom of the stairs.
Workman's comp. Get
No,
on that. Get on that.
no, no,
Get on that workman's comp vacation,
no,
man.
man. Nah, fuck that. You have to pass certain tests that I couldn't pass.
Oh, I got you. I hear you on that. They'll be like, oh, okay, well, here, PM this.
I have a shy bladder. It'll be shy for about 30 days.
31 to be sure. Just to be sure.
Yeah. If you need me, I'll be on the treadmill drinking massive amounts of water and not urinating.
and taking lots of niacin.
Yeah, I'll be the guy turning red very slowly.
That's not like, tipping them off or anything. That's
No, absolutely not.
So so you're still at work there, church, right now?
Oh no, I'm
Working from
I'm
home?
doing some side work. I'm designing garments. Yeah. I'm having to research the different types of exterior shells for jackets and the interior lining materials and sizing patterns and whatnot. It's exciting stuff, really. I'm not almost
Yeah,
falling asleep while doing it.
It sounds incredibly thrilling.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. You know how people research serial killers? It's kind of like that, except boring as fuck.
That's a nice way of describing it.
It's kind of like that, but nothing at all.
There's no punch. There's no thrill to it.
But you do learn a lot.
There's no
I did
soul
spend
thing
most
to
of
it.
my day learning about that. Yeah, I did spend most of my day learning about that giant machine that I had to help carry upstairs. So that was fun. I didn't have to get any real work done. I got paid for it. That was cool.
Yeah. So I'm adding a lot of T-shirts and posters to this campaign, so that there's like
Oh yeah.
more shit to sell for people who've already bought stuff. You know what I mean? Like if they're an executive producer, you know what I mean. I had to
Right.
think of shit they could still buy. You know what I mean? So I came up with
Right.
some of that stuff here.
What? They didn't give you enough money?
No one. Oh, well, yeah, for the executive producers for
I'm
their
just
stuff,
joking.
that's covered. You know what I mean? That's why I'm still fucking poor. That shit's still sitting in the reserve to spend later.
So you got T-shirts and what else?
T-shirts and posters.
Posters?
I got 6 posters. I got the Vinny poster coming back and 5 new posters. And then I have. Well, let's see here. Why don't I take a break from actually doing this layout stuff, and we will.
Yeah, because you're building your campaign as we're doing the show.
Yeah, I kind of am actually.
Mm-hmm.
So like we can see if you guys can see if I'm missing something. Let's
You can
see
ask,
here.
yeah, and you can ask stuff too.
What about stickers?
What do you think
Like a
about that?
pack of stickers?
I have a sticker and pin like button stretch goal, actually.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Did you get
Okay.
yourself a 6 a.m. one?
I like stickers. I feel like
I have a 6 a.m. drawing
What,
already.
me?
I could ask him to make it into a
ooh, I
Then
could
do
send
it.
you church stickers. I had stickers made of my my 6 a.m. drawing.
I don't need your stickers.
You need some stickers from the church, man.
All right, so we got chapter 1 and chapter 2 signed is going to be the feature perk for people who don't already have chapter 1. You know what I mean? I figured that would be the easiest. You know what I mean? At this point, I can always change my feature, But then I have just chapter 2 signed. I have chapter 1 and chapter 2 by itself, obviously not signed. The signed one is up here. And then I have a Love to Rescue T-shirt. I have a Chapter 2 exclusive T-shirt, which is the cover of Chapter 2. The All You Need Is Love T-shirt from the last campaign, from the first campaign. Then poster pack A, which is it's going to be the Andrea Barmita poster, and the 2 Henry Ponciotto posters. And then poster pack B is the Vinny Tartamella poster, the Peter Gilmore poster, and the Pat Maxton, aka Doodlebags poster, which is not colored yet, but will be. Yeah, I just got the ink work from him today. And then I have the Catch Me Up perk, which is basically chapter 1, chapter 2, and volume 1 for the people who have not read anything Captain 1 and they need it all. They can get that here. I have all the posters. It's like all 6 posters for $60. And I have all shirts and posters for $150. And I have I'll Take It All, which is basically all shirts and posters, and Catch Me Up for $175, which is a lot of perks. But I figured,
All right.
and there's a lot of add-ons. There's a shitload of add-ons. I tried to think of all the combinations. You know what I mean? But I guess this is just, this is it's something different. I mean, this is not the way that people normally do their crowdfunding. You know what I mean? They usually crowdfund the whole thing, and then you got to wait for them to develop the book, and then after 6 months to a year, when the book's done, you get it. And if you're lucky, some people wait a lot longer than a year, and I don't do it that way. I have my chapters finished before I start the campaign, so when the campaign ends, the chapter ships out. You know what I mean? And that's how I'm going to be doing it. You know what I mean? And so I need to think of more stuff to sell. You know what I mean? For the people that want to support, people that are big fans, people that want to be big fans. It's just. What do you guys think? Too much?
I think you've got a lot of the bases covered. Go ahead.
So this is the artwork from the the book. And then there's the Vinny poster there.
I like how you have.
There's the Andrew Bormita poster. There's the Captain Luv and Jean Henry Ponciano poster.
Ooh.
There's the Jean
hard
poster.
question. I got. Yeah. How are these posters shipped? Are they folded or are they rolled?
No. They're gonna be rolled and shipped in an actual poster holder. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So
that's a good answer.
They're 11 by 17 and they're coming wall friendly. Yes.
Okay, I like it.
And then this is with Venus from Venus with
Love.
Yeah, that by Peter Gilmore. And then this is the Pat Maxton, aka Doodlebags, which has not been colored yet, but it will be colored before it is shipped. And then this is the T-shirt. It's basically the cover of chapter 2 with some cutouts and some mods to make it a little bit more interesting. And then the logo thrown down here instead of across the top. And then this one is the Love to the Rescue. It's a image of Love and Jean and Spade. And then the All You Need Is Love T-shirt. And then stretch goals at 3,000. There's going to be a trading card at 5,000 a pin up. At 10. Why did my screen just go black?
It shouldn't be black on. I mean, it's not black on my end.
Nope.
It's totally going black over here on my end. My screen's like flashing. Something's happening. All right.
Blame your cat.
Yeah, I do blame my cat. I'm wondering what cat's doing it. All right. So then my trading. So then the button and sticker at 10K is that right? So at 10K. All the stretch goals, there'll be a little round button. You know what I mean? I think I'll probably go the 1.5 inches. I'm not sure. I haven't finalized my decision on that, but I think I want the 1.5 inches. And then I'm going to do a round sticker as well. You know what I mean? And then there'll be a set because they'll be matching. So, and that's what people get at 10K. And then I will announce the 15, 20, 25, and etc. as we get past the 10K. I'll announce them at those points. So
all right. I like how you already have it set up where you can just catch up on everything. And we talked about that previously about doing that going forward. keeping reprints and stuff like that available so that people can catch up at a moment's notice. I like that
Yeah.
idea.
Well, I have Vinny Tartamella variant covers for the first book also, and I was thinking if I should put those in now. I was thinking I would put those in later for people. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to distract people on that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because, but I have a handful of those still since most of those fulfilled without issues. So I might have extras. And I can either put them up on this campaign or I can sell them at conventions eventually when there's conventions again.
Oh yeah.
Some of these images nobody's seen. I mean you've probably seen them. I've done sneak peeks here and there, but this poster here is by Andrea Bormida. It's actually the first Captain Luv poster, but Vinny's is the first one that was released. This wasn't done before that, but it's getting released on this campaign. And then this is the Love and Jean. This is actually inspired by a scene from chapter 2. This is Jean by herself. This is a theme poster that like some homage to little James Bond from Peter Gilmore, obviously. I think it's a little obvious. The whole with Venus, with love kind of makes it a little obvious, the James Bondness. And then this is Doodlebags did the he has elements from both chapter 1 and chapter 2 here in the mix. So
yes.
yeah. Although he has Love more jacked than I've seen Love ever. I mean, he has
Roid Love.
Yeah, he has like
distant cousin.
A little bit more roided version of Love.
The Duke conversion.
Captain HRT to the rescue.
Nuke Love.
Yeah. So there is lots of tasty extras available for people that have already backed everything. You know what I mean? So it's like,
or if you want to be a good person, you could just back it again.
This is true. Yeah, this is true.
Well, that's what people are forgetting here. It's like you don't have to not buy something twice. Just because you already have it doesn't mean you don't need it a second time.
Yeah.
I understand where people get that idea. Yeah, it's just
they make great gifts.
They do.
They really do.
They do.
I use them as gifts regularly. What's up, Edwin? What's up, Ace?
Yeah, you buy a second one. Buy a second and a third. Christmas is coming up. You're gonna need something nice to give people. Buy everything again if you've already bought everything. Give the gift of love for the holiday season.
Give the gift of love. I don't think K Jewelers will I don't think K Jewelers will get me on that. No, is it K Jewelers or is it which one is it that does that? The gift of love, the jewelry. Which jewelry franchise is?
Diamonds. I don't know.
What is the jewelry company?
It's one of them.
Slogans. We'll find out. Now you've got me interested. No, I don't think any of them. I don't think any of them say love that I can see.
Not with an LUV. See here, give the gift of love, jewels. Blue Nile says apparently.
Yeah,
but I don't remember Blue Nile ever advertising that. So I always thought
I don't think I've ever seen an advertisement for Blue Nile.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I see their diamonds. K Jewelers.
K Jewelers.
K Jewelers use that slogan. Give the gift of love.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well, that's terrible.
Yeah, well, they've changed it. Their slogan now apparently is "Love and Be Loved." I just went to their website. Love and be loved. It's like these two matching
well,
bracelets, and it shows. Oh, look, it's got two girls like hanging on each
You
other.
know
They're
what?
all-
You
they're
can
all
use this.
SJWing him. Like SJWing. They're totally going like K Jewelers just went SJW. It's like
No,
okay,
you
well you
can
can't find a man here. Give this to your woman.
you can totally use this to your advantage, though. Drew.
What's that?
You know, you can use the slogan "Give the gift of love," and guys can start like planting the idea in their women's head that they're going to get like jewelry or something, because if they remember that ad, they'll be like, oh, maybe he's okay, all right. And then Christmas rolls around, bam, Captain Love to the rescue.
You do your fan a favor and you start releasing them that they be delivered on Valentine's Day, so they can become a Valentine's Day gift.
I actually remember I launched the campaigns this year. Chapter 1, that the mailing list went on Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
You know, I was actually thinking that my first campaign, if I can pull it off, would
man,
end Valentine's Day. Like it would go January 14th. If I'm doing 30-day campaigns, it would start January 14th, and you know what I mean, and end on Valentine's Day. Yeah, and if I so
January
who knows,
14th
but
is Valentine's Day.
no, January 14th, February 14th is Valentine's Day.
Oh yeah, okay.
What fucking planet do you live on, man? Jesus.
Shut up, man. We talked about that test I couldn't pass. Don't give me shit.
The guy's a
Okay.
church. Don't it?
Don't be so blasphemous,
The
goddamn.
guy's a church. It's just
I'm
dangerous
drawing
for America.
titties.
You're drawing titties.
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 I'm just racking up more ways to go to
Tatas.
hell than I already have, apparently.
Okay, give me a sec. I'll be right back.
Okay, so what was I
He
got
lies.
You distracted me again. Let's see. I was looking for. Oh yeah, t-shirts. T-shirts. All right. So this would be love to the rescue t-shirt. Oh shit! This is taking forever. Yeah, no. It could be easier to have this shit done ahead of time.
Yeah, I mean, usually when you're launching something, you want it to be, ready to launch when you plan on launching it.
It's ready to launch. It is. It's just that, I made choices at the end and I changed my mind. And so I had to do a bunch of different shit.
Oh.
Happens. Even when you're not a fucking woman. Were you wondering if I was calling you a woman, Church?
Oh, I'm concentrating on what number these colors correlate to.
Yeah. Is that what you call it now?
Yes, being a woman and correlating colors, they go hand in hand. Or should I say, person choose being a woman and all.
Yeah. I'm just gonna let that one lay there. I'm just gonna let that one be.
Just like you do. Just like all your women, you just let them lay there. See how I turned that around?
I do. I just
I'm back.
I'm just wondering how it worked. I'm like, might have just fallen flat. Let's see here.
You know how you get women that just lay there in bed and they do nothing. Those are the
Yeah, I know how Bill Cosby does it. How do you do it?
Oh yeah, like I learned from Bill Cosby. You telling me there's something wrong with the method?
You're still, yeah, a little illegal. What, you still drawing Blood Hunt? I thought that book was shipped already.
It is. I still had 3 commissions to do.
Oh, I got you.
The final via an art piece type of thing.
Oh, I got you.
So is thermal plaid. Yeah, thermal plaid jack shirt. That's a garment I just completed, boys. One down.
One down.
One down. I'm off to a great start.
Well, at least you started. At least you started. I mean,
Blue or navy gray.
blue or navy gray.
So this new printer that I got, I don't know. You run a press, or you have run a press or something, right?
I have a long time ago, but I don't really like doing it.
Okay. Yeah. Large media printing has evolved to the point where there are large media digital printers. Like, you're aware of that, right?
Yeah. Yes, I am aware of that.
Like basically like giant inkjet printers. So this machine that I just got was a giant inkjet printer, and for the first time, it's actually got a color system that actually fucking works in it. And instead of being a 4-stack CMYK, it's an 8-stack, but it's not like a regular 8-stack where it's CMYK and then light cyan, light magenta, light yellow, and light black. It's
Okay.
an 8-stack that has CMYK, an extra magenta, a light black, an orange, and a green. And I've never seen something print.
Yeah, those are spot holders.
Huh?
Those are just spot holders, like for spot.
No.
on top. Like if you wanna do foil
It's
or whatever.
No. It's for proprietary. Like, it's for a proprietary blending system that actually pulls out true reds and true greens.
Okay.
So you actually get a hue and a vibrance that you can't acquire in a 4-color process, either a 4-stack or an 8-stack. It's really weird, and they're actually working on a system now, I think, where they're going to take the second magenta down and actually add a violet, so that you can hit like true navies and true violets and true purples without having that muted like graininess that you get from CMYK printing.
We got Karshina
Like,
there.
I said,
Did I already say hi to Karshina? I'm like so
Yeah,
out of my
but
mind.
right now with digital printing, dude, with RGB, with they put something called bright lighten or something like that. There's something. It just is better than CYMK printed. That's what I did for
oh
my
yeah,
comic book deadline.
the RGB printers that I know still have to have supplemental spot too, though, because they can't get a true blend either.
Yeah,
Um,
RGB printers are they basically translate it anyway. You know what I
Yep,
mean? It's not.
yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like we tried bold versions, and the purple of his jacket was very
Oh
like
yeah.
matte in the CYMK. But when he did the
Hmm.
RGB print and he brightened it up for like 10%, I think, dude,
Right.
it came out as good, but just more saturated. It came
Hmm.
it came closer to what I had on screen.
Well, one thing
Well,
too is
yeah,
this new printer. Go ahead.
I was gonna say if RGB on your screen, if you have your screen calibrated for RGB, it will appear closer to that. Possibly, there are things they can do to tweak it. Like there's computer software that'll tweak it on the way out, especially if it's going digital. You know what I mean? Um,
Yeah.
but you got to really you can't just like you got to be careful when you say that stuff because it's very
But
very limited to what things can really do that. Most people don't
but
have
technically, what I mean
that
is
result.
RGB printing technology is getting so need to put it in CYMK. That's what I meant.
It for different applications.
Well, the thing is that RGB is light behind the print job.
Mm-hmm.
CMYK is light onto it. That will never change. So like RGB is like if it's on a digital screen or if it's going to be like a print work that's going to be lit from back. You know what I mean? So and even
Yeah,
that you still might want
it's
to go
just
CMYK.
it's just that most artists and media and all those medias, video games, stuff like that, most of them work in RGB, then convert it. They work on RGB with a CYMK scale that tells them what's allowed or not. Most of the people work in CYMK because we're working digital. I'm just saying, like the updates that
I
they've introduced
prefer.
before, there's no way that a freaking RGB would come out nice printed. It was always coming out muddy and dark as hell.
Well, again, it just depends on the system too and the substrate. I know when you print on like slicker surfaces and you can't print a white, that's a big denominator too.
Hmm.
Like if you can't print on a white, you have to print only on white because you can't put white down to brighten up a color. Then you're going to get richer colors out of CMYK with spot saturation, like the system that I use, or RGB. If you're printing like with a white, you can pull so much more off in RGB than you can in CMYK. Like
This
if
is
you can
true.
put a white down
Oh,
underneath those colors
Brian
to
is
help make them.
here.
Late, but still here. Hail, hail, hail! Ain't no party like a Captain Luv launch party. What's up,
That's
fellas?
right.
Sorry,
That's
man.
right.
Didn't mean to cut you off mid sentence.
You're good.
Okay.
Well, I mean, any it's funny because any minute we're gonna have to run over to RGE's channel because in about 15 minutes,
Rock and
actually
roll.
19 minutes.
The-
We
the-
doggies.
The party's moving over.
Yeah, in about 19 minutes.
What's up, Simon?
Not much. Not
King
much.
Toad Comics, what's up, Shane?
Working on some babes.
Oh, Shay in the
Check this out.
house. Oh,
Shane.
you. Oh, Shane. Gotcha.
Like I
And
said.
Pops in the house too. What up, Pops? And so you're drawing some babes. That's
Mm-hmm.
oh yeah. Is that for
Pops
Tales
in
of the
the
Natverse?
house.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm
bro.
re-inking. Like I told you, I was going over. Now I'm re-inking a few places, making it look better.
Hell yeah.
I keep getting distracted.
Hell yeah, Simon.
And,
Yeah,
you know,
oh, yeah,
you can
oh,
share my screen and show it.
oh, please.
I'm working the boob area.
Oh yeah, that's a good area.
That is a good area.
I often enjoy working the boob area.
Yeah, I like the boob area, although I'm more of a booty man. I must
Me, I
admit.
have equal love. I love the boobs. I love the butt, and I love the legs.
Yes, and don't forget the punani
Don't
because
forget
you
the
got
face, because the face is freaking
yeah,
important as hell.
yeah, it is.
I'm the type
Christ,
of guy
can you
that
stop being a fence sitter? You
He
gotta
took
pick
the
a
face
side,
away so that
brother.
it could.
I don't like
Stop being a
them
fence
lips.
sitter, sitting in the middle there. Pick a side, son.
Dude, at this point, it's church in the middle.
That's
yeah,
right.
man. Yeah, boy.
Just where I wanted to be.
Heck yeah.
You've all fallen into my trap.
It's about the total package. Yes, we understand. I hate to even admit that like I'm a butt guy because I don't like. It's like I'm not an anatomy guy. I like the whole thing, but it's just like when I'm with a woman, where does my hand go?
Dude, I think the most important thing to me, I think it's the hips. Because the boobs, I don't care the size of the boob. I don't
No,
care
me
if
neither.
the butt needs to be round though. Like no flat ass.
Yeah,
To me, it's all
yeah.
about the roundness of the hips. So that's why I say I'm a boot. I'm a boob and butt and leg guy because I like the roundness. I like the hourglass shape. I like the roundness.
Yeah, like to me,
think-
like the sexiest shot of a woman is from behind, sitting down like on a bed, and you just see that, and the butt crack, and I look at that, and I just think, woman. And yeah, and the boobies, I can do everything from like A cup to a double D. It's all good, as long as they've got nipples, I'm happy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what just happened here, but I'm glad it did.
It went into the gutter real fast, the way it normally does. That's what happens. But we're not in the gutter. We're appreciating the female form and also the idealized female form. It's not sexist. It's just sexy, as the great American poet Srimik Sawat said. And badass, too. Look, yeah, she's packing the heat. Yeah. It's like, well, I don't know where, like, suddenly, like, people got this idea that, like, comic books are supposed to be an accurate representation of reality.
No one's got that idea. No, they just people just want to complain. People want to find something to complain about, and they will.
Yeah, and fuck
I
it up.
remembered why. I remembered why I started talking about this machine that I set up today. It actually does have to do with comic books. One of the test pages that the technician that came to help set the thing up from the manufacturer, one of the test pages he pulled out was a poster print from a Marvel event that had like all of these #1 covers from like 1991 on it.
Yeah.
And I couldn't help myself but to geek out and start explaining how this poster basically encompasses the entire reason comics died in the 90s. It had X-Men #1 on there.
Oh. What? They sold 2 million copies? It didn't mean there were 2 million readers.
Right. You know, it had Spider-Man
like
#1,
last time I checked.
Harlan cover.
Right.
But I come in from a smoke break and I see these comic covers and I'm like, all right, now he's talking my language. Let's see what this guy's up to. See how he knew to print this. And it was just a total accident, but he got a lesson on comic books that he did not want.
But he got it anyway.
Hey Brian, you want to answer King Toad's question?
What is that question? I'm like multitasking here. You'll have to forgive me. Way off topic, but question for Brian. I watch you and you talk a lot of horror. Last night you covered Sid. Wondering if you have a horror book in the works or planned. Yeah, there's a horror book that I've been working on off and on for about 3 years. And it just kind of keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I'm trying to think about maybe specializing a little bit more, because the book that I'm writing right now is off and on is like the full spectrum of like the whole history of horror for like 100 years. And I'm thinking like I'm never going to finish it. So I'm going to try to like focus on something specific, maybe an era, maybe a country, you know, Spanish horror, Italian horror, maybe something that hasn't been written about like to death. Also thought maybe about doing an entire little book about like Nazis in horror, because that's a really interesting subject, specifically the Nazi zombie subgenre. I don't know. It's going to turn into something. It's going to turn into something. All I know is I've got hundreds of pages of reviews and content and stuff. So yeah, one of these days. It's on the back burner. It's something that I keep like abandoning and coming back to, abandoning, coming back to. I work on it a little bit here, a little bit there. So we shall see. You know, I'd like it to also be like a coffee table book, which is to say something that's going to, you know, you can pick it up and it's going to have like some awesome pictures in it too. We shall see. But yes, the answer is yes. I am working on a horror book.
I think what everyone took away from that is he might be putting a horror book out. The jury is still out, ladies and gentlemen.
It's like, what decade is it going to come out in? You know. Black Star 13 says, I've actually met Rob Zombie. Yes, so did I. He was in the scene, in the punk scene and back in the day. So I give him a pass. His horror is cult classics for his subculture. Sorry, brother. I gotta disagree. I'm sorry. I'm not a fan. I think if you ripped off more than one movie, yeah.
Oh man, I love the Sid Haig movies. Where
I love Sid Haig in them. I like also Bill Moseley, but it's like he went and go ahead.
No, they're just Captain Spaulding movies in my book. Like everything else is inconsequential, except the fucking a chicken scene. Fucking a chicken scene like redeems the entire series.
Well, here's the thing. Here's my beef with the Rob Zombie movies. He keeps ripping off.
Saying that I would fuck a chicken, sir?
I think he was saying you already did.
Well, he would be correct.
Is that he keeps ripping off the same movie, which is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2, right? And he even uses the same cast. Bill Moseley, he was Chop Top in Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2. Sid Haig also was in Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2. Of course, Sid Haig was also in everything, as we covered yesterday. But it's just like, if he would, and he doesn't give credit. I think that's also one of my big beefs, is he keeps ripping off or remaking the same movie, and I've never heard him give it credit, because it's like the Tarantino thing. It's like, okay, I'm going to steal from other sources, but I'm going to steal from obscure shit that nobody's seen, so that way everybody will think that I'm being original.
No, that's the
Correct,
worst.
yes,
I hate shady stuff like that.
Yeah.
You should always give credit to what inspires you and what you're homaging. If you don't, you're kind of a scumbag.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm not a Rob Zombie fan. That's why I'm not a Tarantino fan. And I'm not saying that they're total no talents. I'm just saying, they can suck my German left nut.
Wait,
What,
you're
you're
right,
German?
not Scottish or something?
Ich bin Deutsch, yeah. And like the Halloween movies, like Greg mentions his Halloween movies, I won't even give those a chance. Won't even give them a chance.
I just think that the fact that you have a German left nut put an entirely new subtext on the fact that you're writing zombie Nazi horror.
Well, I mean,
well, here's the thing. He didn't say it was the German left nut was actually attached to his body. It's fucking sitting in a jar on his shelf.
Formaldehyde next to like Hitler's brain. Yeah.
Why do you
They
have
say
Hitler's brain? That's not
If
making
you've never
you sound
seen
any
that.
better.
Like, because that's what I'm thinking about. It's like, I don't think anybody's ever written like a book specifically about movies like The Frozen Dead. They saved Hitler's brain, whereas like his brain is in a jar and it's like sitting in the back of a actually it's not his brain, it's his head. It's his severed head that's hanging out in like a jar of formaldehyde in the back of like a limousine. It's, oh man, yeah, that's up there with like Plan 9 from Outer Space. That's a keeper. Well, that one's special. And then of course, like with the Nazi zombie movies, the masterpiece, the Citizen Kane of Nazi zombie movies would have to be Shockwaves, which is just astounding. It's
Where the
so
hell have
damn.
I been that this is an entire genre that I'm just unfamiliar with?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's
you gotta hang out and watch Horror Talk a little more. You'll be familiar with all these kinds of crazy genres.
yeah, and subgenres. Oh, and then there's the absolute nadir, the bottom of the barrel, which is Zombie Lake, and actually Oasis of the Zombies too, which I think both were partly directed by Jess Franco and partly by Jean Rollin, and like neither of them will accept blame for that piece of shit.
So what you're telling me is the porn industry is rife for somebody to come in and make zombie horror or like Nazi zombie horror porn.
Well, yeah, because also Jean Rollin and Jess Franco also made porn. And then you have Joe D'Amato, who made the infamous Erotic Nights of the Living Dead, which is a zombie movie and a porno movie. So it's like, you got porn in my zombie movie. You got zombie movies. You got zombies in my porno movie. It's like two great tastes that don't really taste great together, to be perfectly honest.
But what if you put Nazi in there? Like
well,
putting
Nazi
the
zombies,
nougat in the Make 5.
Yeah, and I'm talking like, this is like Erotic Nights of the Living Dead. That shit's hardcore. We're talking like penetration and everything, and then like zombies show up and start eating people.
Hey, congratulations on your book launch, Drew. This is what it turned into.
I'm like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? Fucking zombie porn and shit all of a sudden.
Oh god. Oh, you're the police of the shit that's out there, man. That's the thing. It's like people are like, they look over my DVD collection and they're like, well, I noticed you don't have any comedy. And I'm just like, well, I have comedy in there. It's just like not meant to be comedy, because like, to me, that's the shit that's really funny. An unintentional comedy to me will always be funnier than an intentional comedy.
You were the asshole kid that saw Godzilla's zipper and ruined it for everybody.
Oh no, I would never do that. I would never do that. I'm somebody that's a bit like I believe like I love the fact that there are people that believe in Bigfoot. I love the fact that there are people that believe in the Loch Ness monster. I think that we need to suspend disbelief, that we need our legends and all that stuff. And it's very easy that Stephen King said something great about that, how disbelief isn't light, it's heavy. And I have a lot of like millennial friends, they can't watch King Kong.
All right,
Right?
guys. All right, guys, everybody head over to RGB's channel.
Woo-hoo!
RGB's channel. Let me
Yeah,
get the
boy.
link.
All
It's
right,
going to
buddy.
be a hell of a launch,
You have
man.
a good evening.
Awesome.
Congratulations.
Thanks, Black Star.
Peace out, Black Star. And
Everybody,
and
see you
Later,
guys
guys.
later.
congratulations,
Later.
man.
Later, buddy.
Indeed.
Peace out, man.
Peace.
Thanks everyone for dropping by. Don't forget to like and
Always.
sub and share.
Back
No.
Tales from the Natverse, and of course, Captain Luv, Captain Luv, Captain Luv, love, 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 love.
Don't forget to press on the end button.
Yeah, let's
Give
get
the
it
gift
funded.
of love.
First day.
Give the gift of love. Buy a copy for yourself, for your friends, your neighbors, the people that you love, even the people that you don't love, that you hate.
If you have an
just look nice
anniversary
to them.
coming up, it's perfect for that.
Ending the broadcast.